ITA is an association that has been created 45 years ago, and it is a federation of member nations. So the member of ITA are different associations, each one representing its own country, and that was the main goal, that all the countries come together to exchange knowledge. That was the main goal of ITA, it's knowledge. It's the reason why from the beginning, maybe 2 years after the creation, the first working group has been created, and now we have 22 working groups covering all aspects of the tunneling, not only the technical aspects, but also contractual aspects, sustainability, lifetime assessment, and aspects, because even though majority of members of ITA are engineers, we have also lawyers, urbanists, economists, and sometimes also decision makers that are coming to ITA. Because nowadays one of the most important things is to convince decision makers in different countries to the interest of the underground space. We are all convinced in the association that better use of underground space is something good for everybody. In urban areas, you cannot live without building tunnels, specifically as in the number of people living in cities has grown and is over 50% of the total world population. And for sewers, for water, for energy, and also for transportation, it is needed to build tunnels. And so one of the main goals of ITA is to go in every country, and specifically in some developing countries, in order to convince people that it has been done somewhere else, that you can build tunnels. It's not more costly than other infrastructure, it's just that it lasts longer. Tunnel is built for 120 years, but we have all over the world tunnels that are 200, 300, 400 years old and that are still into operation. So ITA, through the working groups, through the different committees, people from all the countries are putting all their knowledge together, are sharing the knowledge. We are publishing guidelines that then can be translated in the different languages, and that helps everybody to better build tunnels. We, of course, also try to bring the new generation in the tunneling. We have for now 5 years young member groups, ITA, with many young members everywhere in the country. As I know that here in Brazil there are 600 young members, and that is very important, that it shows that young people are also interested by engineering, and specifically by engineering in tunnels and underground space. We also go in the new technologies. Yesterday we had a very interesting roundtable on Tunnel 4.0. It's something that it is important that we are, and all the construction, even with the beam, is progressing slowly compared to other technology like aerospace, where we are making jump in technology. We also, as ITA, we try to promote this jump in technology in order that we are, because it's good for the tunneling industry, it's good for better and more efficient tunnel construction, that we use all these new things that are coming with big data, IoT, and all these type of things. So the working groups, the people in the working groups, they are coming from the different member nations. They are official representative, even though our corporate members and so on are welcome to come in the working groups. So member nations are at the initiative of creating new working groups. If they have say, okay, we think that this idea needs to be studied further by ITA, we can propose new working groups, and the working groups, they We have animator and vice animator that are chosen in the working groups among the representative of the member nations. And also one member of the ITA Executive Council is a tutor of a working group. So the working groups are not separate bodies like this. Everybody is trying to work together. We exchange during our board meetings on what the working groups are doing. And the goal of each working group is to take a topic, to study it internationally, to have to bring the state of the art, to bring maybe some novelties and so on, and make a guidelines that then is available for everybody, free on ITA website, and that can be used all over the world by anybody, and specifically most of the guidelines are dedicated either for contractors to better work, but also most of them for decision makers to understand the specificities of tunnels. So I'm a tunnel engineer. So the first time I came to an ITA meeting was a long time ago, nearly 30 years ago. It was in '91 in London, and I was in the working group on spread concrete. And then I started to work for ITA in '95, making the communication of ITA. It was the beginning of internet, of websites. So I started to build the website of ITA. At that time we had a paper magazine, Tribune, that was distributed everywhere. So I've done that from '95 until 2008, where I've taken over and being the executive director of ITA, so now for 10 years.